Swak sa ating pangalan, may balitang puno ng pag-ibig. Ngayon, kahit arawan ng kita, pwedeng magkabahay. Dahil interes na affordable loan, pinakamababa na. 4.5% na lang. Hulog buwan-buwan, kayang-kaya. Kailangan ng mas malaking bahay? Sige, lipat na. Sa regular housing loan naman, binaba ng 40%. Milyon-milyong buhay na ang aming napaganda. Dapat kayo naman. Sa pag-ibig, ang pinaghirapan may katuparan.
In the last 3 years, the Philippines and its people have entered a new phase. Statistics and international news point to a rise in important economic figures: the GNP, the investment grade rating, the stock market. All indicators point to a forward movement for the country. The good news never stops. Charging forward and absorbing the energy of an upward Philippines, the Pag-ibig Fund in the last 3 years has become bigger, better, and faster. Today's Pag-ibig Fund is chaired by no less than the Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency Jejomar C. Binay. Taking cues from his no-nonsense work ethic and long-running concern for the common folk, his vision for the fund has introduced several reforms in its policies to serve more and more Filipinos in the best way possible. However, his assumption to office was at a time when the exemplary image of the fund was being questioned. A controversy triggered these changes during Pag-ibig Fund's transition in 2010. The best of times sprang from the worst of times.
I assumed office in November of 2010, and the new board assumed office around the third quarter of 2010. Pag-ibig Fund was in the middle of Senate and Congress investigation. Of course, also that controversy made a dent in the name and image of Pag-ibig Fund. And in most part of the history of Pag-ibig Fund, talagang napakaganda at malinis yung pangalan ng Pag-ibig Fund. So except for this controversy, so at that time the focus for the first 6 months was really putting in place the necessary changes for our housing loan program, because that exposed the vulnerability of the fund, at pag ang tiwala ay napagdudahan o nasira, yun ay kahit nasa anong relationship natin sa buhay, yun yung medyo kailangan ng panahon, kailangan ng mga konkreto na pagbabago para maibalik ang tiwala. They must be able to rely on the Pag-ibig Fund management that we will be able to administer their fund well, properly, with integrity, and with competence.
The commitment to change has been reaping sweet fruit. For the last 3 years, it has begun to rain superlatives. Interest rates are at their lowest ever, made possible as Pag-ibig chose to rationalize the interest rates for all housing loans. And because of Republic Act 9679, membership rose dramatically in the last 3 years, noting its greatest membership growth in its 33 years of existence. The rise in membership translated to a rise in contributions. Coupled with collection operations that are made more efficient, the Pag-ibig Fund has posted net income at an all-time high of 16.25 billion pesos. The rules of Pag-ibig require that 70% of its net income must be credited to the members' accounts as dividends, and 70% of net income translates to a dividend of 10.03 billion or 4.17% dividend rate for 2013.
Dati kasi nung dumating kami ng 2010, meron na kaming board-approved resolution na itataas na yung monthly contribution from 100 pesos magiging 200, and that's the easiest and fastest way to make a fund bigger. Kung imamandato natin na lahat na tayo doble na yung i-contribute. Subalit, ang sabi ng aming chairman, si Vice President Binay, at saka ng board, it is not the right time to increase the monthly contribution, generate more members so that more members will contribute to the fund, so you'll have a bigger fund. Bigger fund, better services, faster operation. Sapagkat ito ang vision ni Vice President Binay and the board.
The Philippine government saw a new champion as Pag-ibig secured an ISO certification in 2011 in the fastest record time for a government agency of 3 months and 19 days. And for 2 years now, Pag-ibig has maintained its ISO certification, not an easy feat.
Kasi sa Pag-ibig Fund, subok ko na ang serbisyo nila. Dati-rate, 3 million lang ang nalolow ng mga miyembro ng Pag-ibig. Ngayon, 6 million na. Dati-rate, meron tayong Pag-ibig 1. Ngayon, may Pag-ibig 2 na tayo. Kasi ang buhay ko ay kakabit na ng Pag-ibig Fund.
Modified Pag-ibig 2 Savings Scheme is a voluntary savings program for active fund members that has higher yields and shorter terms. Pag-ibig makes sure that this and all their other programs are made known to more and more Filipinos by also enlisting the help of what they call fund coordinators.
Itatawag ko lang, ma'am, pwede na po ba mag-loan to kasi nakalabas na yung ulo ng bata, manganganak na po. Sige, gagawa natin ng cheque, i-ano mo na kagad ang form. Mas malaki ang inyong contribution, mas malaki ang ma-avail yung loan. Diba? Kailangan, kaya sabi ko sa anak ko, anak, nasa Canada ang asawa mo, lahat ng pera mo, ipasok natin ngayon sa Pag-ibig Fund. So kahit yung mga nasa abroad, ini-encourage ko na mag-member sa Pag-ibig 2. Dahil meron tayong Pag-ibig 2, di ba?
The fund has also partnered with employers who could cascade the benefits of Pag-ibig membership to their employees.
Because apparently our population is very young, fresh graduates, new hires, so they haven't got anything tangible yet about Pag-ibig. So we introduced to them the concept of Pag-ibig and what Pag-ibig is all about. We invited 2 speakers from Pag-ibig. Apparently, all the employees were really very interested to find out what Pag-ibig is, especially the loan availments, especially the membership. So we got good feedback out of the orientations. Afterwards, we cascaded to them this new project of Pag-ibig, the MP2.
Partnerships with different sectors help Pag-ibig facilitate the implementation of their programs.
So, ang Pag-ibig Fund, naniniwala kami sa mga partnership. So, example, halimbawa, kapag kapartner namin ang local government, yung nag-a-apply sa kanila ng business permit to conduct business in their locality, they will also require the Pag-ibig registration as an employer and for the employees to be Pag-ibig members. We strongly believe that by partnering with government agencies, we act as one government. We share our databases, so we share our database with the BIR to make sure that we are capturing our members. Sa SSS and GSIS, we also share the same information exchange. Just establishing the linkage, that really improves our position and our opportunity or the power to dispense the benefits that we have for our members.
This partnership between Pag-ibig Fund, Hanjin, and Fiesta Community was brought about by the needs for Hanjin for a developer or a contractor to do the housing project for them. Napakaganda ng synergy, napakaganda ng pagtutulungan ng Pag-ibig Fund because they are also committed under our agreement that they will be providing for the financing not only of the end user but also to support the developers.
Ang gusto ng management, it's just like alagaan mo yung mga empleyado mo. Kung binigyan mo sila ng bahay, binigyan mo sila ng matitirhan, disenteng pamumuhay, free na eskwelahan, kasi hindi na sila makakaisip ang umalis. Bakit po Pag-ibig? Kasi po, pag sinabi mo po kasing Pag-ibig, alam po natin na, alam ng mga tao, hindi mo na kailangan sabihin na mababa lang po yung interest. And lahat ng empleyado namin, mandatory, all employees in the private sector should be a Pag-ibig member.
Siyempre po, masasabi ko po ngayon na maganda po yung future namin Unang-una, may maganda po kaming trabaho. At isa ho, pinakamalaking pagpapala, binigyan niya kami ng magandang bahay sa pamamagitan po ng Pag-ibig Fund at ng Hanjin Village o ng Hanjin Company. Nabigyan niya po kami ng sariling bagamat it's a salary deduction, pero sa gayong paraan po, nagpupuri pa rin kami at papasalamat sa Panginoon dahil binigyan niya kami ng pagkakataon upang matupad yung pangarap at future ng aking anak.
Elsewhere in the world, Pag-ibig continues to forge more solid partnerships.
In 2009, RA 9679 was enacted, which expanded the coverage of the program to cover OFWs. And because we wanted to reach out to all our OFWs who are abroad and are about to be deployed, we partnered with POEA to ensure that lahat ng ating mga OFWs ay mako-cover ng Pag-ibig Fund. Initially, we wanted the OFW to remit yung kanyang 6 months savings in advance. So, as you know, ang minimum savings lang naman sa Pag-ibig is 100 pesos, very minimal. So, initially, we wanted 6 months sana, but of course, there were some comments, suggestions from NGO group and from other sectors na bakit daw 6 months, pwede daw bang we just stick to the minimum and let the member decide kung gusto niyang magbayad ng more than 100 or to advance payment, mag-advance ng kanyang membership payment. But apparently, kami rin na surprised because kahit 100 pesos lang ang minimum savings, we were surprised na karamihan sa ating mga OFW members are saving more than 100 pesos. In fact, the average savings about 2,200 pesos a month. So pati kami nagulat, meaning na nakita na rin ng aming mga miyembro, ng ating mga OFWs, yung kagandahan ng pagiging miyembro ng Pag-ibig. The benefits that they will get from it, of course, the savings and the loan benefits. So ngayon, we are very happy with our partnership with POEA and with other government agencies because we have brought Pag-ibig Fund membership closer to our OFW members, not only in the Philippines but abroad, because you know, meron tayong mga overseas labor offices abroad.
From 2010 to 2013, the Philippines was hit by some of the strongest typhoons. Responding to the pressing need for a more pronounced humanitarian aid during those times of direst straits, in July 2012, Pag-ibig slashed the interest rate of its calamity loans by almost half. Pag-ibig's calamity loan now carries an interest rate of only 5.95% compared to the previous rate of 10.75%. But Pag-ibig, as usual, did not stop there. The fund ran the extra mile just to make sure that the victims would never feel that they are all alone in this battle. A significant part of Mindanao was ravaged to the ground by the destructive typhoons Sendong and Pablo. Even employees of the Pag-ibig Fund there were not spared from the devastation. But this did not stop them from working for the typhoon victims.
Nung nangyari yung Sendong, we have around 20 personnels, more than 20 personnels na affected, directly affected sa calamity, ano. And then the day immediately after the calamity, it was a Sunday, pumunta kami lahat dito sa office to strategize kung anong gagawin ng grupo. So gumawa kami ng mga teams, meron kaming team for relief operations, and then on the side sa servicing naman sa members, gumawa kami ng task force para sa calamity loans, and then yung mga appraisers din namin on that day lumabas to verify, to check kung gaano kalaki yung damage sa mga units na nakamortgage sa atin. Gumawa kami ng task force, dinagdagan namin yung counters para mapabilis yung receiving ng mga applications for calamity loans. Sa processing side naman, nag-request kami ng tulong from other branches, and yes, nagpadala sila ng maraming tao, kaya yung operation namin sa processing nagiging 24 hours. May night shift din kami doon eh.
Coincidentally, two couples, all victims of Typhoon Sendong and Pablo, were also beneficiaries of the I Do raffle promo. This is an innovative marketing strategy by Pag-ibig that was recently awarded the 2013 Philippine Quill Award for Government Communication Program by the International Association of Business Communicators, Philippines.
Hindi namin akalain na kami nanalo kasi masaya na kami na nagpakasal kami sa asawa ko na malaki talaga ang tulong ang tagapag-ibig pan sa amin dahil nabago nila ang buhay namin.
Pasalamat po mi dako ma'am kay kami po ang nakakuha sa house and lot kay wala mi balay na ang trabahoan po sa akong bana igura po sa among pagkaon sa among anak. Pasalamat gid mi dako ma'am kay nakadaog mi anang house and lot. O pasalamat po mi kang Binay sa iyang gihatag na house and lot sa amo ug sa ilang Ma'am Lyra.
The Pag-ibig practice of doing more than what is expected of them made a lasting mark on the people of Mindanao. The Calamity Loan Program especially is now one of the biggest sources of hope for people affected by disasters.
The Calamity Loan Program of Pag-ibig is, I should say that our members have they already are very familiar with this. And because the fact that when you must have noticed that upon right after the occurrence of the Yolanda devastation in Tacloban, it appeared in the national dailies that the president has declared a national calamity. The following day, a lot of people were already calling here if we could already process calamity loans. When in fact it should already what was really meant was it was for Tacloban. It's just an indication that the calamity loans that we are extending to our members is already institutionalized. Because whenever there are calamities and there are declarations of calamities, our members will immediately go to our offices and apply and ask if we can already accept calamity loan applications.
The Pag-ibig Calamity Loan is for all active members whose places of residence have been placed under a state of calamity. And because of its relevance to recent tragedies, it has become one of the most well-received and appreciated programs of the Pag-ibig Fund. The years 2010 to 2013 have been both productive and revolutionary for the Pag-ibig Fund. From its uncertain beginnings and through all its ups and downs, the fund has managed to evolve beautifully. Truly, a Pag-ibig fund that is bigger, better, and faster.
Swak sa ating pangalan, may balitang puno ng pag-ibig. Ngayon, kahit arawan ng kita, pwedeng magkabahay. Dahil interes na affordable loan, pinakamababa na. 4.5% na lang. Hulog buwan-buwan, kayang-kaya. Kailangan ng mas malaking bahay? Sige, lipat na. Sa regular housing loan naman, binaba ng 40%. Milyon-milyong buhay na ang aming napaganda. Dapat kayo naman. Sa pag-ibig, ang pinaghirapan may katuparan.
Eto na, kalusugang pangkalahatan. Binibigyang halaga nito ang pagkakaroon ng PhilHealth Card ng bawat Pilipino. Kapag may PhilHealth Card, tiyak na makakatanggap ka ng maayos na serbisyong pangkalusugan. Di na problema ang pagpapagabot sa ospital. At kahit si tatay lang ang miyembro, ang buong pamilya kasama sa benepisyo.
Kaya dapat may PhilHealth Card tayong lahat. Mag-enroll na sa pinakamalapit na PhilHealth office.
Bilib kami sa'yo. Sa tuloy-tuloy mong hulog sa SSS, protektado ka at yung pamilya. Mag-member na.
Welcome to the Pag-ibig Fund Housing Loan Counseling, the first step before you can file your housing loan application with Pag-ibig Fund. Here, we will discuss the Pag-ibig Fund Housing Loan Guidelines under the amended Abot Kamay Pabahay Program for developer accounts. Sino ba ang pwedeng mag-avail ng housing loan sa Pag-ibig? An active member of the Pag-ibig Fund na may minimum contribution of 24 months o equivalent to 2 years membership ay maaaring makapag-housing loan sa Pag-ibig Fund. Kung kayo ay active or new member with less than 24 contributions, maaaring bayaran ang kulang na buwan lump sum. Ang mga inactive members naman na may minimum of 24 contributions ay dapat mag-reactivate na kanilang membership bago makapag-avail sa Pag-ibig. Para sa mga non-members, maaari ding magparehistro at bayaran ang 24 contributions in lump sum payment. Ang pagpaparehistro at ang updating ng Pag-ibig contributions ay maaaring gawin sa Pag-ibig branch office kung saan ihinuhulog ang inyong monthly contributions. Atin pong tandaan na ang inyong lump sum payment ay considered na single payment lamang. Kaya't kailangan na sa mga susunod na mga buwan ay patuloy ang pagbabayad ng contributions upang ang inyong membership ay maging continuous. Ang mga members na nagpa-offset sa kanilang savings o total accumulated value para mabayaran ang dating short-term loan sa Pag-ibig ay maaari ding makapag-housing loan. Bibilangin natin ang mga buwan na nakasama sa offsetting, ngunit dapat na ang natitira sa inyong savings sa Pag-ibig matapos ang offsetting ay hindi bababa sa equivalent amount of 24 monthly contributions. Kung ito ay kulang na, kailangan munang kumpletuhin ang 24 months contribution requirements. Dapat din na ang borrower is not more than 65 years old upon loan application and must not exceed 70 years old at date of loan maturity. He must be insurable o pwede pang tanggapin ng aming mga accredited insurance companies for insurance coverage. Ang ibig sabihin, dapat na kayo ay nasa maayos na kalusugan o walang matinding karamdaman. Kailangan na ang borrower ay may legal capacity to acquire or encumber real property. He or she must be at least 18 years of age. The borrower must pass background and credit checks to be conducted by Pag-ibig or the developer. The borrower must not have an outstanding Pag-ibig housing loan either as principal or co-borrower. Kung mayroon pong existing housing loan, kailangan fully paid muna ang unang housing loan bago makapag-avail ng second loan. Dapat ay hindi nagkaroon ng housing loan sa Pag-ibig na na-foreclosed, canceled, bought back o naging subject ng dasyon and pago o siyang tinatawag na voluntary surrender of property. And lastly, the borrower must have no outstanding MPL or calamity loan in arrears. Kung sakali naman na hindi updated o in arrears ang inyong multipurpose loan or calamity loan, ay kailangan lamang na i-update ninyo ito bago kayo makapag-housing loan. This information shall appear in your Membership Status Verification Slip or MSBS. Ang MSBS is one of our bases in evaluating eligibility and in determining loan entitlement. Magkano ang maaari ninyong mautang sa Pag-ibig o ang inyong magiging loanable amount? The maximum loanable amount for a Pag-ibig housing loan is 3 million pesos. We shall evaluate your loan value based on the lowest of the following: actual need, loan entitlement, capacity to pay, and the loan to collateral ratio. When we say actual need, ito ang loan amount na isinusulat ninyo sa inyong application form o ang selling price of the property being purchased. Ang loan entitlement naman will be based on your monthly contributions. May corresponding contribution rates ang bawat loan amount. Kung gusto ninyong mas mataas na loanable amount, kailangan ninyong magpa-upgrade ng inyong monthly contributions. Narito po. Tandaan, hintayin muna ang advice ng inyong loan processor bago magpa-upgrade ng contributions. Sa mga Window 2 accounts, magpapa-upgrade lamang kayo matapos ma-release ang inyong Notice of Loan Approval. At para naman sa Window 1 accounts, ang upgrading ay gagawin matapos ang loan takeout. Ang Window 1 ay ang mga developer accounts na covered ng buyback guarantee. Samantalang ang Window 2 accounts ay yung mga developers na walang buyback guarantee. Ang inyong upgraded contribution rates ang siyang magiging buwan ng contribution ninyo hanggang sa kayo ay matapos ng magbayad sa inyong housing loan. Paano naman ang sistema kung kailangan ninyong mag-upgrade ng contributions? Kung kayo ay qualified sa 850,000 loan na may corresponding contribution rate of 400 pesos monthly, you will be required to pay the additional 200 pesos monthly contribution over the counter after your loan has been approved. At kapag ang inyong loan proceeds ay nai-release na ng Pag-ibig, ang mga susunod na additional 200 peso monthly contributions ay isasama na sa inyong monthly amortization. Samantala, ang inyong original na contribution na 200 pesos ay patuloy pa rin through salary deduction. Para naman po sa mga self-paying members, ang inyong buong contribution ay isasama na sa monthly amortization after loan takeout. Saan po kayo pupunta para sa updating ng inyong contribution? Para sa NCR accounts, maaari kayong kumuha ng payment order form mula sa Servicing Department at magbayad sa Cash Division o sa branch office kung saan kayo nagre-remit ng inyong Pag-ibig contributions. Kung sa probinsya naman, ay pumunta sa Pag-ibig branch office sa inyong lugar. Dalhin at ipakita ang inyong Notice of Loan Approval dahil ito ang magiging basihan ng upgrading ng inyong contribution. Huwag po tayong manghihinayang kung malaki ang inyong binabayad bilang contribution. Ito ay sa dahilang ibabalik ng Pag-ibig ang lahat ng ito kasama ang dividendo sa oras na kayo ay mag-qualify to avail of your Provident Benefit claims. Kaya the bigger your contribution, the larger your savings. Malaki rin ang maa-avail ninyong multipurpose loan. Next is the capacity to pay. Kailangan po ng monthly amortization ng loan ay hindi tataas sa 40% ng inyong net disposable income or NDI. Paano malalaman ang inyong capacity to pay? Ang capacity to pay ay ibinabase ng Pag-ibig sa mga sumusunod na dokumento. Para sa mga empleyado mula sa private at government sector, ito ay maaaring ibase sa alinman sa mga sumusunod. Notarized Certificate of Employment and Compensation using the Pag-ibig format, Notarized Certificate of Employment and Compensation using the employer's format na may kasamang latest 1-month payslip, o sa inyong income tax return o BIR form number 2316 na may kasamang latest 1-month payslip. Sa mga self-employed o iyong mga may sariling negosyo o professionals, ibabase ito sa income tax return at audited financial statements at official receipt of tax payment mula sa bangko, DTI registration o mayor's permit. At para sa mga overseas Filipino workers, makikita ito sa inyong employment contract na kinakailangan ay nakasulat sa Ingles o may English translation, o iba pang proofs of income duly validated and certified or initialed by the assigned Pag-ibig Information Officer. Ano naman ang net disposable income o net take-home pay? Ito ay ang gross monthly salary minus all statutory deductions tulad ng SSS or GSIS contributions, tax or BIR payments, PhilHealth contributions, regular Pag-ibig contributions, at iba pang payments on outstanding loans. Narito po ang ilang halimbawa ng required net disposable income and its corresponding loan amount. Kung hindi aabot ang iyong NDI sa halaga na kinakailangan, ay maaaring gamitin ang Combined or Aggregate Family Income. Para sa mga borrowers na ang civil status ay single, maaaring isama ang income ng mga magulang, at sa mga married borrowers naman, ay maaaring isama ang income ng asawa at mga unmarried children. Maaari din kumuha ng dalawang co-borrowers na dapat ay kamag-anak ng borrower hanggang second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity tulad ng mga magulang at mga kapatid. Ang mga co-borrowers ay dapat active members din ng Pag-ibig Fund. Narito po ang mga kailangang dokumento sa paggamit ng Combined Family Income o co-borrowers. Para sa combined income, kailangan ng proof of relationship tulad ng birth certificate o marriage contract. Proof of income tulad ng CEC, ITR, payslip, or contract of employment. At para sa magiging co-borrowers, ang mga eligibility requirements ay tulad sa regular housing loan borrowers. No existing housing loan, must attend loan counseling session, has a minimum of 24 monthly contributions, an active member upon loan application, must pass the credit check either by Pag-ibig or the developer, has no history of housing loan that has foreclosed, bought back, canceled, or subject to dasyon and pago, and has no MPL in arrears. Ang determination of loanable amount based on capacity to pay ay ginagamit lamang sa mga borrowers availing through developers under Window 2 program at sa mga borrowers under Window 1 na ang loanable amount ay more than 750,000 pesos. Pumunta naman tayo sa loan to collateral ratio. Dito papasok ang appraised value ng property. Ang Pag-ibig o accredited appraisers nito ang mag-appraise ng property. Narito po ang loan to collateral ratio ng Pag-ibig Housing Loan. Dito ay makikita natin na ang loan value o amount na maaaring ipautang sa borrowers under Window 1 ay mas mataas ng 10% for loans over 400,000. Ito ay sa kadahilanang ang Window 1 account ay may buyback guarantee from the developer o assurance of payments for at least 2 years from takeout. Para po mas maliwanag kung paano malalaman ang inyong loanable amount, narito ang isang halimbawa. Halimbawa, ang inyong actual need ay 1 million pesos based on the selling price of the seller or developer. Samantalang ang inyong net disposable income based on your payslip ay 17,300 pesos a month. Which means that based on NDI criterion, you are qualified to avail of a 900,000 peso loan for a 30-year term. Tignan naman natin ang loan to collateral ratio. If for example, ang property ay may appraised value na 1 million pesos, ang loan to collateral ratio nito ay 85%. Therefore, ang pwede ninyong ma-avail ay 850,000 pesos bilang loan amount. At dahil base sa loan to collateral ratio na kayo ay entitled to an 850,000 peso loan, ang inyong magiging approved loan value ay 850,000 pesos lamang. Even if based on your capacity to pay, ay pwede kayo sa 900,000 peso loan. Pag-ibig Fund will approve the lowest value of the said criteria. Gaano naman katagal ang loan term? In order to make our housing loan program more affordable to our members, Pag-ibig extended its loan term. Under this program, ang maximum loan repayment period ay hanggang 30 years. So how do we compute for the maximum term? The formula is 70 years minus the current age of the borrower. If the difference is more than 30 years, the borrower is qualified for the maximum term. Pumunta naman tayo sa loan purposes. Under developer accounts, maaari kayong makahiram para sa purchase of a fully developed lot or purchase of a residential house and lot or new condominium unit inclusive of a parking slot. Sa unang 2 taon ng inyong housing loan under developer account, ang titulo ng property na inyong inutang ay mananatili na nasa pangalan ng developer. Ito ang tinatawag na seasoning period kung saan oobserbahan ng Pag-ibig ang inyong monthly paying habit. Ang titulo ay ililipat sa pangalan ng borrower matapos ang seasoning period. How much is the interest rate under the Pag-ibig Abot Kamay Pabahay program? Pinagmamalaki po namin that under this program, we have the lowest interest rates in the market today. For loans up to 400,000 pesos, the interest rate is 6% per annum. For loans over 400,000 pesos up to 750,000 pesos, the rate is 7% per annum. For loans over 750,000 pesos to 1 million pesos, the rate is 8.5% per annum. For loans over 1 million pesos to 1.25 million pesos, the rate is 9.5% per annum. For loans over 1.25 million pesos to 2 million pesos, the rate is 10.5% per annum. And for loans over 2 million pesos to 3 million pesos, the rate is 11.5% per annum. Maaaring magkaroon ng repricing o pagtaas ng interest rate para sa mga loans na over 400,000 pesos hanggang 3 million pesos pagkatapos ng 3 taon. Ito ay maaaring maganap kapag nagkaroon ng sharp increase sa market rates. Ngunit upang maprotektahan ang interes ng mga borrowers, ang pagtaas ay hanggang 2% lamang ng inyong original interest rate. Maaari din itong bumaba ulit matapos ang 3 taon kung magkakaroon ng decline sa market rate. Samantala, ang mga loans up to 400,000 pesos ay hindi na subject sa repricing dahil ito ay considered socialized housing. Naman ang magiging monthly amortization. Ang inyong monthly amortization ay base sa inyong loan amount at loan term, kasama sa inyong babayaran ang mga sumusunod na ayon sa mga sumusunod na application of priorities. Ang inyong additional contributions in excess of your regular contributions to Pag-ibig para sa mga nagpa-upgrade ng contributions, insurance premiums, interest, at loan principal. Narito po ang table of loan amortization based on principal and interest rates. Dapat bayaran ang monthly amortization sa nakatakdang due date. Ang due date ng inyong loan ay base sa release nito or takeout. Halimbawa, ang takeout date ng inyong housing loan ay July 15, ang inyong first amortization ay sa August 15, at ang mga susunod na monthly amortization ay due every 15th of the month. Sa mga pagkakataon na ang due date ay natapat sa non-working day o holiday, maaari pa kayo magbayad on the first working day after the holiday. Halimbawa, kung Sabado o Linggo tumapat ang inyong due date, pwede pa kayo magbayad ng Lunes. Kung sakaling lumampas kayo ng inyong pagbabayad sa inyong due date, ang inyong babayaran ay madaragdagan ng 1/20th of 1% of the amount due for every day of delay. Ito ang penalties for delayed payments. Kaya mahalaga na huwag kayong madelay o magpaliban sa inyong pagbabayad. Paano ang pagbabayad ng amortization? Ang monthly amortization ay maaaring through salary deduction. ang borrower ay kailangan pumirma ng authority to deduct na may conformity ng employer. At ang employer naman ay kailangan pumirma ng collection servicing agreement with Pag-ibig Fund. Para sa kopya ng collection servicing agreement, maaari kayong pumunta o magsadya sa Billing and Collection Department ng Pag-ibig Fund para sa NCR accounts or sa Pag-ibig Provincial Branch Office na malapit sa inyong lugar. Papirmahan ninyo ito sa authorized signatory ng inyong pinapasukang kumpanya. Kailangan din ninyong bigyan ng kopya ng authority to deduct ang inyong employer at ang Pag-ibig Fund. Kung kinakailangan, ay handang ipaliwanag ng Pag-ibig ang sistema ng Collection Servicing Agreement sa inyong employer. Nais naming ipaalam that in case your employer fails to remit or is late in remitting to Pag-ibig your amortization payment, ang employer ang mape-penalize and not the borrower as stated in the Collection Servicing Agreement. Kung ang bahay at lupa ay binili sa isang developer na may Collection Servicing Agreement with Pag-ibig, ang inyong pagbabayad ay dapat na diretso sa developer. Kung wala naman, ay diretso sa Pag-ibig ang inyong pagbabayad. Maaari ding mag-issue ang borrower ng post-dated checks payable to Pag-ibig Fund. Tiyakin lang na may pondo ang mga checking i-issue pagdating ng due date para kayo ay hindi ma-penalize ng bangko at hindi rin ma-penalize ang inyong housing loan account. Isa pang dapat ninyong malaman ay pwede kayong mag-advance payment in full or in part na walang prepayment penalties. At tulad ng nabanggit, maaari rin kayong mag-advance payment sa Pag-ibig at i-apply ito either as advance monthly amortization or advance to principal. Kung ang intensyon ay i-apply ito as advance monthly amortization payment, ito ay dapat ipaalam at ipasulat sa resibo. Kung hindi, your advance payment will be automatically applied sa inyong principal. Maaari ding magbayad sa pamamagitan ng auto-debit arrangement with banks o iba pang paraan na maaaring ipatupad ng Pag-ibig. Para sa mga POP members na nasa abroad, maaari kayo magbayad alinman sa mga sumusunod na accredited remittance center ng Pag-ibig Fund sa ibang bansa. Nais po naming ipaalala na ang pondong ginagamit ng Pag-ibig sa pagpapautang ay nanggagaling sa contribution ng lahat ng miyembro ng Pag-ibig at sa mga amortizations. Ang ibig sabihin nito, ang hindi natin pagbabayad sa ating obligasyon ay maaaring makaapekto sa iba pang miyembro at hindi pagbabayad sa utang ay maaaring maging dahilan upang kayo ay ma-blacklist o mawala ng karapatan sa benepisyo bilang Pag-ibig Fund member. Ugaliin nating huwag mag-default sa pagbabayad ng ating monthly amortization. Maaaring i-consider na in default ang isang borrower kung siya ay hindi nakapagbayad ng kanyang amortization o membership contribution ng 3 sunod-sunod na buwan. Sa pagkakataong nagkaroon ng default ang borrower, magandang makipag-ugnayan kaagad siya sa kanyang Pag-ibig account officer nang sa gayon ay mabigyan ng advice kung paano maisasaayos ang kanyang housing loan account.